All right, so our last speaker of the day is Nick Ingram, and he's talking about problems with social media.
So, how many of you have a Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube? I use YouTube. And also, how many of you often check or post oftenly on those accounts? So the Pew Research Center says that over 82% of all Americans have a social media account of some kind. So the basics, like what do we use social media for? Well, we can use it for staying in touch with friends and family that are out of state or maybe even out of country. Just checking up on them to see, hey, what's going on? We can also use it as a fast way to stay up to date in the world. If we want to check what's going on news-wise, we can just check up Facebook or even Snapchat or Twitter. Also, funny and entertaining content. If we're maybe feeling a little bit down and just want to read something funny, just got to go to social media, and usually we can find something that can brighten our day a little bit. Share opinions. If you want to start a discussion thread or maybe even a blog, just type something, and most of the time people want to respond and like talking about the subject. And also fill up spare time. If you're just waiting to get to the next meeting and you have some free time, we use social media a lot just to let time get past quicker. So what's the big deal? Most of us, and especially all of us, probably know someone who's experienced a problem with social media. This can include cyberbullying, with depression, privacy, safety, snooping, and also time management. I'm going to talk about the problems today and also give you some solutions that can help us with this. And according to the Megan Meyer Foundation, 1 in 4 youth and adults have experienced some sort of trouble and problem with social media. So let's begin with cyberbullying. Social media has added an entire new way of being able to bully someone without even having to look at them. And most of the time, 80% of what we want to say to people we'll say in writing or online, but we'll never say to their face. A story of this would be Ashley from Littleton, Colorado. Ashley was a high school student, and her fellow students started taking photos of her and creating a Facebook profile for her that she had no idea about. False things were posted, and eventually she did find out, and because things had gotten so bad, she had to switch high schools in order to have a clean slate. Depression. Cyberbullying is definitely a big factor in causing depression. One negative word can definitely ruin someone's day. But also another way is you're looking at someone else's life and what they've posted. If you see someone's been on vacation 2 times in 1 month, you're like, oh, they're having more fun than I am. But you're like, and I'm stuck working and I can't do anything fun like that. And you end up falling into the psychosis of, my life's not getting anywhere, what am I doing now? So what can we do about this? Cyberbullying and depression is definitely preventable, especially with the words that are said. Even a single positive word can make someone's day and brighten up. According to Teresa J. Barchard from Psych Central Research Center, she states that a single word has the power to influence effects on our frontal lobe, which is where we have emotions and able to be happy or sad depending on what we feel. So if you see someone having a bad day on social media, just send them a quick message saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, or how are you doing? And maybe talk to them with it. If you're seeing someone being bullied on a social media, send a post and be like, hey, that's not okay, that's not cool, please stop. And if it is really out of hand, most of social media accounts have a way of where you can report what's going on. And so instead of sticks and stones may break our bones, but words never hurt me, it's sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can change my mind. So now moving on to privacy, safety, and snooping. Especially with Facebook, we can do this. We probably all know someone, or have even done it ourselves, snooping on someone's account. Just being like, oh, what are they doing? Seeing what they've done. But this can be a very potential problem. And this was a big problem for Sarah, who was only 12 years old. She started talking to a boy in whom she thought was only a few years older than her. She had very deep conversations with him, and eventually he did convince her to send some pictures of herself. She recently, after that, found out that this was a 26-year-old man. She blocked him and unfriended him, but because her privacy settings were not set correctly, he was able to create a new Facebook account and still stalk her, being able to see where she went to school, her daily routine, and just basically where she was at all times. The police were eventually called and he was arrested. And job recruiters. Especially in our day and age now, job recruiters definitely check future employees' social media accounts, specifically Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. They want to see what they do over the weekend, how they speak, and it's a first impression, so they can get a good idea of the future employer. So what can we do about this? The privacy is something that we have to know that we just have to set to what we want people to see. If you just want your friends to be able to see it, set it so that only your friends can see it. If you don't want anyone to see it, set it for privacy. Also with the job recruiters, don't post anything that you wouldn't want your coworkers, a boss, or maybe even your friends to see. And last but not least, time management. And this one I fall under a lot, especially with YouTube. We tend to spend a lot of time on social media, as I said, trying to pass by time. But how much do we pass by? According to the social media today, people spend a minimum of 1 hour and 40 minutes a day, 10 hours and 20 minutes a week, 42 hours a month, 511 hours a year, and in a lifespan, 5 years and 4 months. So what could we do in those 5 years and 4 months? Could go to the moon 32 times and back, and also build the wall of China 3.5 times. So this is where I have a challenge for you. For just a week, if you have social media, maybe only be on it for about 30 or 40 minutes a week. And I know that we all have hobbies that we like to do. I love to play piano and cello, and I know that YouTube has definitely distracted me sometimes because I'm always binge watching. So to continue on, after your 30, 40 minutes are up, go outside, take a nice walk. If you have a hobby you want to catch up on, you can do it. Or also if you have some work that you need to catch up on, it'd be a great time just to be able to get it done and not being too focused on social media. And to see how well you do with social media or without social media. So let's think about this. Social media is not bad. It has helped us a lot in our day and age, especially with businesses being able to talk to people out of state and also out of country. But people who use it, it's our responsibility and to let others know about the potential problems with cyberbullying, depression, the privacy, and time management. I like to end off with a quote from Lisa Horn. "Everything you post on social media impacts your personal brand. How do you want to be known?"